chosen ones, pause whatever you are doing right now. I have an urgent and weighty message to release, and this message is not for everyone. If you are not walking the divine path, if your heart is not aligned with God, you will feel restless listening to this, and it is better you leave now. But if you are still here, if something within you feels pulled to stay, then understand this clearly. God allowed this message to reach you, and it has arrived at the exact moment your spirit could receive it. Nothing about this is accidental. There is a woman sent by God, and she carries restoration in her hands. She is not coming to take from you, but to give you what life, people, and circumstances have denied you for years. What was withheld, delayed, or taken unfairly is about to be balanced through divine order. And no, this is not fantasy. This is alignment. If you stay with me until the end, you will understand why your past had to break you the way it did, and why this next chapter will heal you differently than anything before. This message will settle your mind and strengthen your spirit. Before we continue, chosen ones, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones who need clarity right now. And comment 777 to declare that you are aligned, receptive, and ready for what God is releasing in your life.
Who the chosen ones really are, and why they are always denied. Now listen to me carefully. If you are one of God's chosen ones, your life has never followed a normal pattern. From an early stage, you felt different. Not better than others, not worse, but separate. You saw deeper. You felt stronger. You questioned things others accepted easily. And because of that, life did not hand you things freely. It tested you first. Chosen ones are not denied because they are unworthy. They are denied because they are dangerous to darkness. And darkness always tries to delay what it cannot destroy. What you carry inside you is not ordinary. It threatens systems, exposes lies, and disrupts comfort zones. That is why resistance met you early. Most people receive things quickly because what they carry is light. But what you carry is heavy. You carry responsibility, influence, and spiritual weight. God does not place weight on weak foundations. That is why your life feels like preparation after preparation, lesson after lesson, loss after loss. Not because God enjoys watching you struggle, but because He is building something in you that cannot collapse later. You were denied love, so you would learn discernment. You were denied support, so you would learn self-reliance in God. You were denied comfort, so you would learn strength. You were denied validation, so you would stop seeking it from people. Each denial was shaping a part of you that comfort never could. This is where many chosen ones get confused. They ask, God, why do others receive what I pray for so easily? What you don't see is that many people receive quickly because they are not trusted with much. You are trusted with much, so you are trained longer. Speed is not favor. Depth is. Denial is not rejection. Delay is not abandonment. Silence is not absence. For chosen ones, denial is often protection. There are relationships you begged God for that would have destroyed your purpose. There were opportunities you thought you missed that would have pulled you off your path. Doors stayed shut because if they opened too early, you would have walked into them with the wrong version of yourself. Let me speak plainly now. Chosen ones are denied because they are observed. Heaven watches you more closely than others. Every reaction, every decision, every moment of obedience when no one is watching. That is why your tests feel personal. They are personal. You are being shaped for something that requires integrity under pressure. And here is another truth many do not tell you. Chosen ones trigger people without trying. Your presence exposes insecurity, hidden motives, and unresolved wounds, so people project onto you. They misunderstand you. They compete with you quietly. They withhold love, help, and fairness, Not because you did something wrong, but because your light unsettles what they haven't healed. This is why you've experienced unfair treatment. This is why you've been blamed when you were innocent. This is why you've been overlooked even when you were qualified. But instead of breaking you, it refined you. You learned restraint. You learned patience. You learned to keep your heart clean in hostile environments. Chosen ones are denied early so they don't become entitled later. They are humbled early so pride never ruins them. They are isolated early so they learn to hear God clearly. Isolation is not punishment. It is training for discernment. Loneliness is part of the calling, not forever, but for a season. God needs to know that when everything is stripped away, you will still choose Him. That is why your faith had to grow without applause, without backup, without guarantees. Many of you listening have been denied emotionally the most. You gave love and didn't receive it back. You showed loyalty and were betrayed. You stayed honest while others played games. That pain sits deep. But understand this: God was training your heart to love without attachment, to give without losing yourself, and to walk away without bitterness. That kind of heart cannot be developed in comfort. It is forged through disappointment, silence, and endurance. And now, let me calm your spirit. Nothing you went through was wasted. Nothing you endured was random. Nothing you lost was permanent. Chosen ones are denied so that when they finally receive, they don't idolize the gift. They honor God instead. They don't cling. They steward. They don't chase. They recognize. They don't beg. They stand. Once a chosen one understands why they were denied, resentment leaves. Comparison leaves. Confusion leaves. Peace takes its place. You stop asking, "Why me?" and you start saying, "Prepare me." And that shift is everything. Because what comes after denial is not more loss. It is restoration with purpose. Let me add something important here, because this is where many chosen ones finally exhale. Denial trained your nervous system. It taught you how to survive storms without losing your mind. You learned how to stay calm while things were uncertain. You learned how to function while carrying unanswered prayers. That strength you have now did not come from motivation. It came from endurance. You see, chosen ones develop a quiet power. You don't panic easily anymore. You don't beg for explanations the way you used to. You don't chase closure. That is not because you stopped caring. It is because God matured you. He taught you that peace is more valuable than proof, and alignment is more important than approval. Another reason you were denied is because God was separating you from dependency. If things had worked out early, you might have relied on people instead of discernment. You might have trusted emotions instead of wisdom. You might have settled for comfort instead of calling. Denial forced you to develop spiritual backbone. You are no longer reacting. You are responding. So let go of resentment toward your breaking. It was not excessive. It was not wasted. It was necessary. Because what God sends next requires strength, discernment, and peace, not desperation. And now that you carry those things, alignment is no longer delayed. Let me add this final layer, because some of you still wrestle with grief over who you had to become through the breaking. You look back and think, "I lost so much of myself." But listen to me carefully. You did not lose yourself. You shed versions of yourself that could not survive where God was taking you. The breaking taught you restraint. You no longer chase what runs. You no longer explain what should be understood. You no longer beg for clarity from people who thrive in confusion. That is not hardness. That is wisdom. And wisdom is required for what comes next. You also learned how to be alone without being lonely. That may sound small, but it is powerful. You learned how to sit with your thoughts, how to pray without bargaining, how to trust God without needing immediate reassurance. That kind of faith is quiet, but it is unshakable. Before the breaking, your identity was still entangled with approval. After the breaking, your identity is anchored. You know who you are even when no one affirms it. You know your value even when no one recognizes it. That stability changes the energy you carry, and energy determines access. This is why when she arrives, you won't cling, you won't overextend, you won't abandon yourself to keep connection. You will meet her as you are, not as who you think you need to be. And that authenticity is what allows real connection to breathe. God had to teach you how to hold blessing without fear. Fear makes people grasp. Peace allows people to receive. You learned peace through breaking, and now you can receive without panic, without suspicion, without urgency. So if you still feel tenderness when you think about that season, honor it. That tenderness means you healed without becoming numb. It means you grew without becoming bitter, and that is rare. The breaking did not harden you, it refined you, and refinement is always preparation for something sacred. How to recognize her without losing yourself. Now listen closely, because this is where wisdom protects you. Many chosen ones fear missing what God sends, and that fear alone can cause them to lose themselves. Recognition is not about chasing signs or overanalyzing people. Recognition is about inner alignment. When you are grounded, you do not grasp. You observe, you discern, you remain yourself. The first way you recognize her is through peace, not excitement. This may surprise you. Most people think divine connections feel electric, overwhelming, dramatic. That is not how God works with chosen ones. Chaos already trained you in intensity. God restores you with calm. When she enters your life, your spirit settles, your mind quiets. You do not feel the urge to rush, impress, or secure her place. You feel present. Peace is the language of alignment. If you feel anxious, afraid of losing her, or pressured to act quickly, pause. That is not recognition. That is old survival patterns waking up. God does not lead through fear of loss. He leads through clarity. You also recognize her because you remain yourself around her. This is critical. You do not shrink. You do not exaggerate. You do not soften your truth to stay liked. You do not perform spiritually or emotionally. You do not abandon your routines, values, or discipline to maintain connection. If someone requires self-betrayal to stay close, they are not aligned. This woman does not ask you to choose between connection and integrity. She respects your rhythm, your boundaries, your process. She does not compete with your purpose. She supports it even when it limits access to you. That alone sets her apart. Another sign is clarity over confusion. Chosen ones are used to mixed signals, hot and cold behavior, unspoken expectations, emotional guessing games. With her, communication is clean, not perfect, but honest. You are not decoding messages or questioning intent. Silence does not feel threatening. Space does not feel like punishment. There is room to breathe. You also recognize her because growth continues, not stalls. Some connections feel good but slow you down. They distract you from prayer, discipline, and purpose. That is not alignment. This woman does not derail you. She sharpens you. You remain focused. You remain disciplined. You remain connected to God. If anything, your alignment deepens. Here is something important. Recognition does not mean instant attachment. Chosen ones often mistake recognition for urgency. They rush to define, label, secure. That is fear-based. God reveals in stages. You recognize first. You confirm through time. You commit through consistency. Anything that skips these steps creates imbalance. This woman will not demand answers you have not received yet. She will not push timelines. She understands that God leads your life, not emotion, and she respects that leadership. Another key sign is mutual effort without imbalance. You are not carrying the connection alone. You are not overextending while she withholds. You are not proving value. There is reciprocity, not perfectly equal, but fair. Energy flows both ways. That balance protects you from losing yourself. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions, not just during them. Do you feel grounded or drained? Clear or confused? Strengthened or scattered? Divine alignment leaves you steadier than before. If you consistently feel anxious or depleted, that is not recognition, that is warning. Now let me speak directly to your fear. Many chosen ones worry, what if I miss her? Listen to me carefully. You cannot miss what is assigned to you. God does not hide destiny behind anxiety. If you stay aligned, obedient, and grounded, recognition will be natural. You will not have to convince yourself. You will not have to chase clarity. It will unfold. The danger is not missing her. The danger is losing yourself by forcing connection. That is why God trained you through solitude, so you would never abandon yourself again. This woman recognizes you too, and recognition is mutual. You do not chase recognition. You respond to it. There is dignity in that. Another sign is that your discernment stays sharp. You do not ignore red flags. You do not excuse disrespect. You do not rationalize inconsistency. You remain honest with yourself. God does not send connection that requires blindness. And let me say this clearly, recognition does not mean perfection. There will be differences, opinions, adjustments, but there will be respect underneath it all, safety underneath it all, growth underneath it all. You will know her not because she completes you, but because she complements your peace. She fits into your life without dismantling it. She adds without replacing. She walks beside you, not ahead of you, not behind you. Chosen ones lose themselves when they confuse longing with alignment. You no longer need to do that. You are wiser now, quieter, more discerning. Trust that. If you remain yourself, you will recognize her. If you stay aligned, you will not miss her. If you stay grounded, you will not lose yourself. And now, the final piece matters deeply. What you must do now, in this season, to stay ready for what God is sending. Let me add one more layer of wisdom here, because recognition is not only about identifying her, it is about protecting your peace while you do. Many chosen ones make the mistake of becoming spiritually alert, but emotionally careless. You must remain whole while discerning. One of the clearest signs you are recognizing her correctly is that you do not abandon your life to accommodate her presence. Your routines remain intact. Your prayer life stays steady. Your discipline does not collapse. Your purpose does not get postponed. Divine connections integrate into your life. They do not consume it. If something begins to eclipse your focus on God or your mission, that is not alignment. Another subtle but powerful sign is that your intuition stays calm. Chosen ones have sharp intuition, but trauma can distort it into hypervigilance. With her, your intuition does not scream, it confirms quietly. There is no inner alarm constantly asking you to check, monitor, or secure the connection. Your spirit rests. That rest is information. You also notice that your self-respect increases, not decreases. You do not compromise values to be liked. You do not accept behavior you would previously tolerate out of fear. You do not silence your needs. In fact, you become clearer about them, and clarity does not push her away. It strengthens the connection. Pay attention to how conflict is handled. This is important. In misaligned connections, conflict creates fear, withdrawal, or punishment. With her, disagreement does not threaten connection. There is accountability without cruelty, space without abandonment, resolution without domination. That is maturity at work. Another thing you will notice is that you are not hiding parts of yourself. You do not edit your faith. You do not shrink your depth. You do not mask your seriousness or your softness. You show up fully, and you are received, not tolerated. That kind of acceptance encourages wholeness. Let me calm another fear. Some of you worry that staying guarded will cause you to miss recognition. Wisdom is not guardedness. Wisdom is awareness. Guardedness closes the heart. Awareness keeps it open with boundaries. This woman will not be offended by your discernment. She respects it because she carries it too. Recognition also unfolds over time. Do not pressure yourself to decide everything immediately. Let consistency speak. Let character reveal itself. God confirms through patterns, not moments. Stay patient. Above all, remember this. Recognition never requires you to lose your center. If you feel pulled off balance, slow down. God moves with peace, not panic. And if you stay centered, you will recognize what is truly sent and gently release what is not. That is how you recognize her without losing yourself. What you must do now, preparing for what God is sending. Now we come to the part where responsibility meets promise. Everything you have heard so far is not meant to make you wait passively. It is meant to position you. God does not prepare blessings in isolation from preparation in you. What He is sending requires readiness, not anticipation. The first thing you must do now is protect your inner world. Chosen ones often underestimate how sensitive their spirit is after healing. You are no longer built to tolerate noise, chaos, or emotional pollution. Be intentional about what you consume. Conversations, environments, content, and people all leave residue. If something consistently disturbs your peace, it is not neutral. It is interference. This is not about isolation, it is about discernment. You are allowed to outgrow spaces without explaining yourself. Next, you must stay disciplined in the quiet things. Prayer when no one sees. Integrity when no one rewards it. Obedience when it costs comfort. This season is not about dramatic moves, it is about consistency. Many chosen ones lose alignment not through rebellion, but through distraction. Small compromises slowly dull discernment. Stay anchored. God confirms big things through small obedience. You must also heal what you are tempted to ignore. Do not rush into the next season carrying unaddressed resentment, bitterness, or grief. Healing does not mean forgetting. It means releasing the emotional charge. Anything unresolved will try to resurface later, and God wants you free, not triggered. If you feel resistance towards certain memories, people, or patterns, that is an invitation, not a threat. Address it gently. Pray through it. Sit with it. Healing is not punishment. It is preparation. Another important step is releasing urgency. Urgency often disguises itself as faith, but it is usually fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of delay. Fear of being forgotten. God does not operate under urgency. He operates under order. If you rush, you risk misalignment. Trust timing more than desire. Now listen carefully. You must also stop entertaining counterfeit attention. Chosen ones attract interest easily, but not all interest is assignment. Some people are drawn to your depth, your calm, your presence, but they are not meant to walk with you. Attention without alignment is distraction. Learn to say no without guilt. God cannot send what is real if your hands are full of what is temporary. You must remain honest with yourself. If something feels off, do not rationalize it away. Discernment does not need proof to be valid. You learned this through breaking. Trust it now. Silence your spirit, and you silence God's guidance. At the same time, do not become hyper-vigilant. There is a difference between discernment and suspicion. Discernment listens, suspicion searches. Stay open, but grounded. Another crucial preparation is strengthening your identity. You must know who you are without external confirmation. Compliments cannot inflate you. Criticism cannot collapse you. When identity is anchored, connection becomes choice, not need. God sends assignment-level people to those who do not need them to feel whole. Also, stay grateful for the process, not just the outcome. Gratitude keeps your heart soft. Softness allows recognition. Bitterness blinds discernment. Honor every season for what it taught you. Even the painful ones carried wisdom. Do not announce what God is doing prematurely. Some things are still forming. Protect what is sacred. Not everyone needs access to your inner work. Privacy is not secrecy, it is stewardship. Lastly, keep your focus on God, not the person. This is critical. The moment you fixate on who is coming instead of who is leading you, alignment weakens. God sends through obedience, not obsession. If you stay grounded, disciplined, healed, and focused, preparation becomes natural. You won't strain, you won't wait anxiously. You will live fully, knowing alignment is unfolding. and that is the posture of someone ready. Now, let me bring this all together and settle your spirit with final confirmation. Conclusion. Confirmation, peace, and divine alignment. Chosen one, take a slow breath with me now. Let your shoulders relax. Let your spirit settle. If you have listened this far, it is not by chance. God does not speak this clearly to distracted hearts. He speaks to those who are ready to understand without rushing, to receive without grasping, and to trust without fear. Everything you endured was not meant to break you permanently. It was meant to prepare you precisely. The denial was not punishment. The delay was not abandonment. It was alignment. God was shaping you into someone who could receive restoration without losing themselves, love without fear, and connection without compromise. This woman sent by God is not a fantasy and not a reward for suffering. She is confirmation of growth. She is evidence that healing took root. She arrives not to rescue you, but to walk with you in peace, clarity, and mutual respect. And when she comes, you will not be confused. You will be calm. You will be grounded. You will recognize alignment without anxiety. Remember this: you are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being refined in silence. And what God aligns, He protects. Stay patient. Stay obedient. Stay anchored in God. Do not rush the unfolding. Do not compare your timing. What is sent for you cannot miss you. Before you go, chosen ones, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and share this message with other chosen ones who need reassurance and peace right now. And comment 777 in the comments as a declaration that you trust God's timing, honor His process, and remain aligned with your divine path. Walk gently. Stay grounded. God is not finished with you.